Welcome to a brand new video. So, one of the only things that actually passed with the Wilderness Rejuvenation polling was the Wilderness Prayer method, the Chaos Altar. Originally, this was supposed to be, I believe, 30 to 35% increase per dragon bone that you use on the altar, and they later changed it to you save 50% bones. There's an NPC right outside, as you guys will see throughout the video. He unnotes your bones for 50 GP each, so if you bring like 200 bones, you only need to have like 10k GP on you. So don't bring more than you need. Before we get too far into this video, I want to quickly mention that it is very, very quick banking. You do not spend much time at all here banking, so whenever you decide how many dragon bones or how many Dagonoth bones even you want to bring here, choose wisely because it doesn't take much time at all. After 1 hour of doing this, I got about 315k to 320k prayer per hour, and that's including banking like 4 or 5 times, I believe. So don't feel like you need to bring 1,000 bones so you can just sit there and AFK for a little over an hour. And that's for everyone's benefit. If PKers start getting 1,000 noted bones, they're never going to leave this place and you're never going to be able to return. So just for everyone's benefit, bring like anywhere from 100 to 150 dragon bones or whatever bones you're using. If you're an Ironman, honestly, I would bring probably just like maybe 100 maximum. Because this method does work for Ironman, and it's a huge change for Ironman. Just because that, you know, dragon bones have a value of time on an Ironman, not necessarily money. Something to keep in mind, though, that is very important, is that this place is multi. So if you see 1 dot and then you see 5 white dots right after, if you don't get the log out, you're probably going to die. It's fully multi. One thing you can do to ever protect yourself just by a little bit is to mage pray. If you have someone come by with a TB, you're going to be TB'd for 5 minutes. If your mage pray is on, it's going to be only half that time. So keeping your mage pray on is pretty smart. You just left click the altar once and you have full prayer points again, so it's kind of a nice side benefit of doing this here. It's something to also keep in mind. This is definitely for people who have the augury prayer unlocked. If you do get attacked by a mage pray and use augury prayer, it's very smart to use both. It does drain your prayer, but you should have enough prayer points to probably last you at least a minute or something. So it gives you a mage defense, basically. So you will see later on in this video, I got attacked by someone barraging me. They were only in like Ancient Staff and Mystic, but they splashed every single time. So using this prayer does help you quite a bit get away from people. Most of the time they will splash a lot. In Max Mage, they'll still splash, but there's obviously a higher chance of them actually getting hit. But yeah, if you are an Ironman, at this point in time, you should probably never do any prayer outside of this area. I don't think you even need a con level at all to use this altar, so it's basically a gilded altar for like low level Ironman even. So pretty big game changer for those people that are just, you know, regular irons that don't have the red helmet like myself. You know, oops. But if you do use this altar, basically it means every dragon bone has a value of like, I guess 375 prayer XP, because you will save half of them. So if you were to buy 1,000 bones, instead of being 252,000 XP, it's now going to be 375, which I believe is 6 something GP per XP as opposed to like 11 or 12. Or no, 9 now. Yeah, so the bones are around 2.3 to like 2.4k. It's going to be about 6 to like 6.5 GP per XP. That's only if you have no deaths. I don't know if I would assume no deaths at all, but like I said, if you bring like 100 to 150, even if you do die, it's not going to be the biggest loss. So there's 2 ways of banking. I haven't really fully thought about all the ways of banking, but as far as I'm aware, it is pretty close to the obelisk. So if you want to run to the obelisk, you can. It's a little bit short of a run. I believe this is 38 wildy, so you have to run all the way down to 30 before you teleport with a glory or a slayer ring for any reason you want to use that. I don't think there is actually any wildy diary rewards for this, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't add something small like if you have the wildy elite diary, maybe you can unnote your bones for free or something, and maybe scale that down slowly as like you have medium done. Maybe it costs half the amount of cash, but I think that'd be nice. So you can save 1 inventory spot every inventory that you do, so you can have an extra bone per inventory if you have the elite done. It's kind of a nice small buff. I believe it was gonna be like 10% boost, or you saved almost 60% bones if you have the elite done, but that failed with like 60%. So They should have probably made some type of small little change, just for some type of a reward for the diary. It's always nice to have something behind diaries, give people a bigger reason to go for them. Highly recommend not stepping a foot in this area during the weekends, as everybody is home having their mamas cook them some cakes and play RuneScape and PK all day. So do not touch that shit during the weekend. I'm not stepping a foot in this place when it's the weekend, and peak hours on weekdays are probably a little bit sketchy as well to be around, just because, you know, that's when most people are online. Time of this recording was like 11 p.m. Eastern, so like 5 a.m. in the UK or 4 a.m. You know, most of America at this point might almost be sleeping, unless you are your sleeping schedule's bad. But this pretty much is near dead time, so pretty much I could do this the best time. That's why I only had about one person attack me, and it wasn't even a team, it was just a solo PKer, so I didn't die at all, didn't have any issues with that. But as I said, you can do manual here, so that's something I didn't actually know. I just wanted to try it out just to make sure that it was disabled or not whenever I was testing it, and yeah, you can do manual here, just like people do in their house. So you can get like 700k roughly. This might even be faster than POH, honestly, if you don't use an alt, just because it's like a few second run maybe, as opposed to teleporting, going to the bank, and like the crafting guild. So yeah, this might actually be almost the same time, if not faster than using POH, and you can do it manually, so it's pretty insane. As for thoughts and opinions about this update, honestly, I don't mind it. I'm very happy they changed it from 35% boost per bone to just save 50%. This is actually an upgrade for Iron Man, though, which is kind of a slight little overlook, I guess. I kind of didn't notice that this would affect Iron Man even more. But as far as main accounts go, this is... I want to say it's pretty much balanced. Might be an issue in the future, because this is going to mean basically less Dragon Bones will be leaving the game for each person to get 99 prey if they do this method or not. So I'm not sure what kind of economy effect it's going to have. I'd rather not even bother worrying about that. Oh, and yes, as you can tell, I did bank with the amulet that teleports to the lava maze. You can, if you have that thing in your house, you can, like the obelisk thing in your house that you can now do with the Revenant drop table thing. You can pretty much teleport to that obelisk if you have the diary done for the wilderness. And yeah, you can do probably a bit quicker banking. I haven't bothered yet to buy those pieces to make that pillar in my house, but I think if I ever do this long term, I will probably invest like 15 or whatever mil it is to put that the pillar thing in my house, the obelisk. And then you can just teleport to that specific one that's just north of the altar, and yeah, probably take even less time to bank pretty much if you do that. So, guess that's kind of interesting. Let me just double check to say this amulet is called, right, the Burning Amulet. It has like 5 charges. I think it costs about 5 or 6k, so 1k per teleport. So this is basically the perfect example of, you know, you can still go in your house, get the same XP rates pretty much, but it'll cost more money, or you can take a chance, go in the wilderness, get the same XP rates, but save money. Ideal way to update the wilderness. Unfortunately, Iron Man just ate shit. So let's just give a round of applause to all the JMods that did a good job on this. People still think I clap my hands to get it. Now, one thing I would compare this to is probably the Insouled heads. I was going to originally do Insouled heads for probably Funeral Prayer if I ever go for it. Might go for 50 mil eventually, as I'm getting pretty close to a lot of 50 mil stats. I was going to do Insouled heads originally, but I believe this is roughly the same price. But it's pretty much just more AFK, minus you have to look out for PKers. So just looking at the mini-map, though, it's still pretty AFK relatively. So at this point, you can do Insouled heads for cheaper prayer XP than using it in your house for like the regular Dragon Bones. Or you can go in the Deep Wildy with Dragon Bones there, get, you know, 300k roughly XP per hour. It's quite AFK, and it's roughly the same price as Insouled heads. Maybe even a bit cheaper by like a 1 or 2 GP and XP. It just depends on the price. And Souled heads might go down because of this, who knows. And maybe Dragon Bones might go up a bit. I'm not really too sure. It can kind of have a weird effect because like this means less Dragon Bones will be used for 99 prayer, but because of mass buying at the moment, it might rise. I'm not too sure. Though I don't believe they rose much at all. I think that's like 50 GP, which is kind of funny. I thought they would have gone up quite a bit more, but... So here we are, 1 hour later. As you can see right here, we gained 318k XP per hour, or 318k XP, 320k an hour. That is including the banking time. So I can't stress it enough. Don't freaking bring 1,000 Dragon Bones, 500 Dragon Bones. It takes less than a minute pretty much to bank. It's not worth risking so much. And it hardly even affected my XP rate per hour, so that's pretty sweet to see. I like it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you guys will try out this maybe one day in the future. Sponsored by some kind of PKing clan, by the way. Hopefully you guys go in the Wildy and do some prayer. I swear I ain't got a clan paying me.